Hi guys, this is Legoyoshi and welcome to my new set of videos, which will be the Mighty Micros. This one is part of the first series. This is the DC side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each two sets individually, and then they will also be in order. So I'm going to start with the combined worst two up to the combined best two. When I say combined best two, I don't mean I'm just going to pick them all out in order. I am going to do them literally as, like I say, obviously, these were 2-pack, these were 2-pack, and these were 2-pack. So they will be put like say, for example, Robin and Bane altogether is the worst one, Catwoman and Batman's the best one, etc. That sort of thing. Now we're going over them all in detail anyway. Just one thing I do want to mention, if you are wondering why. You may notice that there are a couple of little platforms underneath the cars. I have just spent 20 minutes trying to sort this out because usually I can put a stud in front of the wheel and they'll stop rolling around, but even that won't stop them. So I've had to put them on top of the platform so they can actually just stop moving altogether. But anyway, let us start with the worst set out of the three, which is Catwoman and Batman. Now, I don't really hate these ones as much, but to be honest, out of all of them, they are the bottom two cars anyway. They do place 5th and 6th on my... how I rank them. So, let's do the worst one first. The worst one in my opinion is Batman. So, if I just move Catwoman out of the way, which is gone. With Batman, it is supposed to be a little bit like the Batmobile, whereas in my opinion, it doesn't look a hell of a lot like it. Now, what I shall actually do first is I should take the figure out, so that you can see inside. I'll mention the figures in a minute, because I need to go over a couple of things with them. But, yes. Here is the Batmobile. It's a little bit like the Batmobile, I suppose, but it has the Batman symbol on the front and the angles at the front. But and a little flame jet out the back, but it just seems, to me, it seems unfinished. There's some things that they could put on here that could maybe work it out, but I mean, I know they obviously can't do the top on the Mighty Micros because of the figures actually stand up in the cars, but it's just lackluster in my opinion. It just a few black pieces put together and a random brown piece here for no reason. So, anyway, let's move on to the figure. They always come with at least one accessory. Batman comes with 2 batarangs. He has one little face underneath. I don't think he has one on both sides. It's very rare they get one on both sides, but there is the odd occasion that they do. But I don't really like the look on Batman's face. It doesn't look like mean or menacing. He just likes going, did I remember to turn the stove off? I can't remember. But anyway, with all Mighty Micro figures as well, the legs are little, like children's legs. So they can fit in the car, so they can stand up, because there's not enough room in them for them to sit down. So anyway, let's move on to Catwoman. Now, oops, and I've made her lose a piece already. That's extremely helpful. 2 seconds, guys. Let me just give her this back. Keep it in your hand, for God's sake, Catwoman. Right. I do like this car a lot better, but in my opinion, it's still a bit lackluster. It is made to be like a purple racing car. Let me just take Catwoman out. There we go. And she just falls over. Little purple racing car with a pair of cat's eyes on the front and what's supposed to look like cat's ears and a cat tail at the back. So at least they have thought about this one a bit. And the cat's tail moves up and down a little bit. But in my opinion, it's still not brilliant. It's, like I say, it's much better than the Batman vehicle. But I don't know. It's, once again, it just seems a bit unfinished. I mean, once again, you've got these bits that are showing, so I don't know. Anyway, onto the figure, which we have Catwoman. She has 2 accessories. She has a diamond and a carton of milk, which I do like the carton of milk. I believe that was actually a printed piece as well. I don't think it's a sticker, so that's quite nice. We take Catwoman's off. She has a much more better face on there as well, with a menacing smile, as if she's getting away with it. So, and a little bit of detail as we go a bit further down, and there's the zipper and the cat on her belt buckle, which is quite different, and the belt goes on the back. So there we go. Let's see what made second place. In second place we have Robin and Bane. I do like both of these vehicles. I do like the variety that they've given them. But once again, they do actually fall third and fourth. So the top two vehicles actually already in this were the best two, which I don't think is going to happen all the time, but I remember when they first came out, I had to get the other set first, but I will go over that in a second. So let's start with who I believe is the worst car out of this set. Sorry Bane, just move out of the way for a second. It's actually Robin's. Now, with Robin's car, let me just take Robin out. You just fall over. With Robin's car, it is very similar design to Catwoman's a little bit, but more made into a little racing car with his colours. It is quite nice, but once again, I do believe that it looks like it's half finished. There could be something they could put on to make it look a little bit better, because if you do compare it to Catwoman's car, Catwoman's at least goes up as it goes along. This one is just straight flat with a little wing on the back, which that moves up and down depending on how you want to do it, and it's coming apart. That helps. There we go. But yeah, it is nice, but once again, it just feels a little bit unfinished. So let's move on to the Robin figure, who comes with a hookshot, which I always used to. I've said this a few times that Lego Mighty Micros, this would actually be quite good as a video game, like a little Mario Kart style, and this would be a perfect weapon to use to hook onto the back of an opponent in front of you and to pull them back and pull you forward and go in front of them. So, but if anybody is from a gaming company out there, have I come up with a good idea there? I think I have. Anyway, so Robin's got his typical goofy grin. Most of the faces are quite goofy on the Mighty Micros, which it adds to a bit of fun for the kids, because a lot of these are aimed at kids, but, well, I'm a big kid, so who cares? But yeah, anyway, it comes with a nice yellow cape and red and green outfit with a big R on it for Robin. So, yeah, not a bad figure at all. Now, let's move on to Bane. There he is. Slowly move Bane out of the way for a second. And here we have his drill tank, which this does actually spin round. I do really like this. I remember seeing it and thinking it a bit weird at first, but I thought it actually looks really, really nice. And it's probably the longest out of all the cards as well, which is quite nice. He has a couple of little flame jets on the back, and it just looks really, really nice. And it's got a little flashlight on the front as well, which is quite handy. So let's move on to the actual Bane figure. There he is. And once again, comes with a stick of dynamite, which would be a good weapon for the video game. He could throw it either behind him to slow people down behind him, or throw it in front of him at people in front of him. So I think it is a good idea. Typical Bane face with a mask. The B logo on his chin. I don't think that's actually Bane's logo, but oh well. And he does have his Titan formula in the back of him going into his head. So it's quite a nice little effect. So don't worry, I'm not going to do a Tom Hardy Bane voice. That was unnecessary. So there we go. So let's see which was the top set in the Mighty Micro Series 1 DC side. And so here it is. It's Flash and Captain Cold. Both these vehicles, in my opinion, look brilliant. They don't look unfinished, and they look like something that the character would actually have. So, let's start with the car that I think is the worst of the two. Surprisingly, it's Flash's car. Now, let me just take Flash out. Or you can bring your steering wheel with you, Flash, if you prefer. I don't mind, but I'm going to have to put that back in there now, I'm afraid. Right, that's one for the blooper reel. Anyway, it is made up like a Formula 1 car, and I really do think it is a really nice looking car, but for me, the uniqueness of the Captain Cold vehicle is the one that got me. Anyway, so once again, we have a printed piece on the front with the Flash logo, which is quite nice. I always like my printed pieces. Like I say, it's got a wing on the back which can move up and down depending on how you want it again, and it has a couple of little flame jets coming out the back for how fast it is travelling. But yeah, like I said, I think this. I mean, two of the others were made to look a little bit like racing cars in Catwoman's and Robin's, but it always looked unfinished. At least with this, it's got a nice, smooth, sleek design, so it's not actually doesn't look like it needs still finishing off. So let's move on to the Flash figure, and just take the helmet off. It's got a little tiny smile, which I'm not a massive fan of the face of this one, to be honest with you. I do like the little Flash helmet though. That's quite a nice little add-on. There's a nice Flash symbol on his back, and then on the back he has a couple of little lightning bolts. And he comes with a power bolt, I think it says. Yes, power bolt energy drink, which, I've said it twice already, it could also be used as a weapon. It can be used as a speed boost, like your typical mushrooms from Mario Kart, or I'm trying to think of other examples, but I don't really have many kart racing games. Some of the blue balloons that give you boosts in Diddy Kong Racing, and etc, etc. So there we go. Like I said, nice little figure. And then we move on to the best one of the lot, Captain Cold. Now, maybe a bit surprising, but I didn't have a huge amount of history with Flash before I got this. I knew of him, I knew his abilities. I didn't know any of his enemies though. So when Captain Cold came out, I was looking at him like, it's a bit of a different one. But I just love it. I really do. Anyway, let's move on to the figure, the car, sorry. And it is literally like a tractor with a snowplow on the front of it, which I really just like. I really do love it. It's brilliant. And it's got a little smokestack for when he's driving around, obviously, to get rid of his exhaust. And I just love, they've used let me try and see if I can pull this off, there we go. They've used a snowboard as an actual bit of plough, which I really think is quite a nice effect. Really nice indeed. So onto the figure, and he comes with an ice cream, which is fair enough, it's Captain Cold, he can have an ice cream. And he comes with a freeze gun, which once again can be used as a weapon in a game if they made it. I think I've hinted about this enough. It would be a really nice idea in my opinion. I do like the little outfit design as well. It looks like a little mountain range on the front of his thing, and on the back as well it continues on. And I do like the little Eskimo hat he's got. So, and he's got a nice, an evil expression. Evil's, I don't know if it's just an evil look on his face, but yes, like I said, I really do think this is a good figure. There we go then, guys. There is Series 1 of the Mighty Micros DC side. My next video will be also Series 1, but it will be the Marvel side. So, I'm looking forward to doing that. By the time I'm recording this, Series 3 has just been released. I can't do it just yet because I've got 4 out of the 6 of them, so I will have to get them in due time, which it could be a month or 2 yet, but I want to get Series 1 recorded and done out of the way. So there we go then, guys. Let me know in the comments below which you think are the best ones, or which ones you think you like, you think are best one, like the best designs or best figures, anything like that, just put it in the comments below. I'm always happy to answer any comments that I get on my videos. Like that. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I shall see you for the next video, which will be the Marvel side of Mighty Micros Series 1. See you later, guys. And don't forget, you can now follow me on Twitter on Legoyoshi 2.